Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Chad Hammer. I wanted to start populating some content up on YouTube to kind of take all my knowledge in the technology industry and kind of help share all that knowledge with the ride sharing. So I've been an Uber driver for just a couple months now, and I'm finding myself to be pretty good at it. I'm not gonna toot my own horn or anything, but I'll do a whole, how I got into it video, in the future and everything. But in regards to what the purpose of this video and this kind of like mini series, I'm calling is basically how to build a professional looking website to maximize earnings as an Uber driver. The Simple Driver did an awesome job. He created a video. I don't know if it was 6 months, a year ago. It was about 45 minutes. Definitely check that video out because it gives you a lot of content. But one thing that I realized that I wanted to do, and I have to really give all credit to the Simple Drivers, because for the past, I would say 14 years, I've been in the technology industry as a project manager. I started out as a QA automation engineer, and I worked my way up to not my current role, but that's actually my last position, which was about a month and a half, 2 months ago, as a project manager, working for large digital agencies. I'm up here in the Boston area, so I manage very large scale projects, anywhere from $40,000 upwards to $10 million, working with very large companies and startups. So I've learned a lot of successful tips and strategies on how to build digital products, websites, mobile apps. Everywhere from resource scheduling to basically everything. I can cover it all. I've been a project manager for about 7 years, and unfortunately, I'm no longer working professionally in the field, which is kind of brings me to my current position, which is why I chose to dive straight into rideshare driving. So I'm calling my channel name Rideshare Mentor because I want to give back to the community the way that the Simple Driver gave back to me, and really encouraged me to get out there and start driving for Uber. So basically what I want to do is I want to go a little bit further into the whole how to build a website, how to build an online presence, how to put a digital strategy behind your Uber business. Because as the Simple Driver mentions all the time, he says you're not an Uber employee, you're not just an Uber driver, you're an Uber business. So I really want to take that process or that little statement and really emphasize on that, and I want to ingrain in everybody that's watching this and really just get them to start thinking about digital strategy, and having a calculated decision behind every kind of business decision that they're making. And part of that is, again, a website, and diving a little bit further into a website, and I think this is a critical step, is understanding the components of a website. So I have this preliminary list right here of things that I do want to cover, not necessarily all in this video. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about right here the key components to a successful website, because I think before you understand how to install WordPress and all that good stuff, I think you need to understand the origins of it and how the website works. Because as we're going to go through the video series that I'm going to be creating, this isn't a full exhaustive list. This is just a brain dump so far of what I think are the very beginning stages of building out of a website. You don't have to get all deep down in the trenches, but it's important to understand the foundation of what you're building, so you can better strategize and optimize the experience for the people that are viewing your website, and to maximize the return that you're going to get from building a website. So jumping right into it, I went online and I typed in key components of a website, and based on my knowledge, I'm not going to go ahead and spend 45 minutes to an hour writing everything out myself, because there's already content out there that already exists. So there's this website called straightcom.com. So I'm going to reference their website right here. I'm just going to go through this very quick list. I'm not going to spend so much time on it, but it's important for me to discuss it because, again, it's important that you understand the different areas that go into a website. Therefore, you can understand how we want to build your website, because the next video in this this little training series, calling it how to research and pick a theme that is appealing. So you're essentially going to have to look at some of your key competitors. You know, I hate to say this, but the simpledriver.com. He's not a competitor, but he is somebody that I am considering a virtual mentor. So I'm going to be looking at his website and really kind of looking at different areas. And I'm going to be building my website along through this video series, so you're going to witness it in real time. All right, just jumping right into it. So there's front-end components or front-end elements. So I'm not going to read these little blurbs, but basically front-end is basically the differentiation of what you see, what you visually see. You might hear me sometimes say UI, which stands for user interface. It's basically what you see right in front of you that is very attracting. The navigation structure. So the navigation structure is different kind of components. When you might immediately think about, you know, the header at the very top of the website up here. So there's these little tabs, but all along the left-hand side, you have side navigation, you have footer navigation, but it's basically a way that a user navigates through your site to ultimately get to the destination that they want to get to. The page layout. So the page layout, again, it's kind of what you see right here. So the left-hand side, you have all your menus. You might have your ad banners on the left-hand side. And then you have your content area, which is right here. So the page layout is really how you design your site, like where the information is going to live within that page. Logo, obviously that kind of self-explanatory. What is your brand? It could be as simple as using text. There's also going to be another video in how to basically hire, what did I label it here? How to create a professional looking Uber driver logo. You're not going to do it yourself. I can teach you how to do it. I am very proficient in Photoshop. I might even create a video just showing you a very simple technique to create a text kind of logo, but that's going to be in another video. A logo is what sets you apart from your competitors or other people that are in the similar industry. Images, so obviously that goes without saying. What kind of imagery you're going to use, something that kind of pops and kind of stands out, because, you know, let's face it, people don't want to read all the time. I think there's 4 different types of content, you know, audio, video, text, and what am I missing? Audio, video, text. God, I'm having a brain fart right now. Oh shit, I don't know. We'll come back to it. I'm sure I'll think of it later. But anyways, it's important to stand out aside from just text. So the content, obviously the content that's inside of it, inside the page. Graphic design. It's basically the look and feel of the website. So it kind of plays a role in the images, but it doesn't necessarily. So what's the color scheme? What's the style guide of the website look like? You know, are you using blue and red or red and black, whatever it may be? It needs to be consistent throughout the entire website. So back-end elements, that's basically whenever people think about front-end design or front-end versus back-end. Front-end is what you see. Back-end is technically what you don't see. It's kind of what makes the wheels turn on the back-end. It's like the engine part underneath the hood. But with WordPress, it's a little bit different. We're not talking about code or anything like that. WordPress has a back-end admin site. It's called a content management system, which is what the next element here is. It allows you to control the areas that are on the front. So you have back-end, in theory, it's called server-side scripting. That basically is a set of code that allows you to do what you ultimately need to do and portray everything on the front end. E-commerce. It's basically a shopping cart. It's an online platform. WordPress has a platform called WooCommerce. It basically gives you the ability to sell digital or physical products on your website. We'll go through that as well, kind of in our future, or actually in the next video. Shopping cart. So that's relating to e-commerce. Let's say you have a product. That person wants to buy the product. They check out. Where they go to? The shopping cart. Site search. It's, again, a lot of these will sound pretty self-explanatory, but it's important to know what these things are. Site search. Obviously, there's a little search bar at the very top of the screen, right here. It's typically in the top right. Sometimes it'll be in the top left. but regardless, every website should have one. It's a way that allows a user, if they know exactly what they want to search for, but they don't know how to navigate to it within your site, they could just type in, keyword, hit enter, and then, either the corresponding page will show up automatically or a list of results will show up. It's like going to Google and typing something in. Blog features. Blog is it's a way to communicate with your audience, people that are coming to your website. It's basically all around engagement. Image rotation, so it's like a carousel. It allows you to see multiple images at any given time. Chat room, I'm not going to really discuss this because it's not really important. Think of a forum or AOL, Slack, Skype, whatever it is. Most sites nowadays don't really utilize this. Contact form, every website should and most likely will have a contact form. It's a way for your viewers to get in touch with you. We'll build that out when it comes time to that video. Referral forms. We'll be going through this as well because it's part of the reason why we're building this. It's similar to contact forms, but it's for a specific purpose. Newsletter registration. This is a big one. So newsletter registration, basically the number one key to any online business is a relationship that you have with your customers, right? Or potential customers. And a lot of that is derived through a newsletter. They call it email marketing or list building. You'll hear me preach about that a lot. I'm going to teach advanced strategies and beginning strategies on how to build an email list, how do you engage with them, the whole shebang. But it's very important that you have ways to capture email addresses throughout your website, not just one spot. A lot of people will just have, sign up for a weekly or, monthly newsletter, and that's it. You want to go beyond that. Trust me, the relationship that you have with the people through their email, it's priceless. Online databases, so it's basically, think of it as Excel file, right? It's columns and rows that allow you to organize and store different information. So it stores images, the names, the user accounts, everything. Password protection section, so let's just say you're selling an online course, for instance. Somebody pays you $100. In exchange, you give them access to a private area of your website that's not visible to the general public. Downloadable files. So these could be, restricted behind a paywall. So if you want to have, let's say you're selling an ebook, again, somebody pays you. In exchange, you give them access to a download file. They could download that paybook or that ebook. Multimedia. Again, this is back directly tied into images, so it's video, audio, whatever it may be. It's just another way to kind of summarize. Photo, visual. That's another type of content. There we go. Security. Sorry, I have massive ADD and I gotta stay focused here. Security. So security is important. Taking one step back, you have to have security, right? Everybody wants to make sure that their information, their site doesn't get hacked, whatever. If you're building a website, depending on whatever the reason why you're watching this video, if you're just having a website to, just have a static website, and let's just say you have a lawn care company, somehow you stumbled across this video and you want to build a website because you want to advertise that you build lawn or you cut lawns. So, you have about us, contact page, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be as secured as if, let's just say, you had an e-commerce site and you're selling products. Security allows you, it's HTTP versus HTTPS. It's different protocol levels that allows you to process information securely without being hacked. We'll go through all that stuff later on because it is important later on, depending on the functionality that you're trying to achieve with your website. The other components, and right now I'm reading verbatim, we'll go through this. It's hosting. Hosting is basically where your website physically lives, where your files, where you're installing these things. Domain name, obviously that's kind of given. So it's like www.ridesharementor.com. What is the name of your brand? And online promotion. So these are things. Simple Driver made an excellent video about how to drive traffic to a website, and I'll go in a lot more detail than in that video, but as well. But basically, how are you going to get eyes on your website? That's free traffic, paid traffic, whatever it may be. That's online promotion. So I just want to quickly jump over to this general area. So when it comes to wanting to build a website, you need to know and kind of understand what some of your competitors have and what they're doing on their website. And then you want to think about your strategy through YouTube or through the website. What are you trying to differentiate yourself from your competitors? Because you don't want to build exactly what they have, right? You want to make sure that you have some of the same content, like, you know, the driver or the Uber driver requirements. What are the requirements to drive for Uber Select? Whatever it may be. That's kind of generic, right? But what are some of the other things on the website that are specific to you? So I'm going to call it market research, because it's understanding, one, what your goal and strategy is. What are your competitors doing? Because it leads us to this next video where we're trying to identify what we want our websites to look like, right? So this next video, it's going to be how to research and pick a theme that is most appealing to yourself, that really speaks about you, and that can literally resonate with people that see your content. Because it's going to be an extension of who you are, right? The purpose of a website is to be an extension of your business. This is what you want it to do. You want it to make money without you physically having to trade time for money. So you want it to be a salesperson, but you also want it to speak to who you are, whether it's a personal brand or what have you. So this screenshot up here basically outlines everything that we just talked about in this entire list, this list right here. But it gives you a visualization. So you got your logo at the very top. You have your quick links. They call them site top links. And you can find that out by doing your own research. I'm not going to go into it. So normally, you know, you might have a Facebook link up there. You might have a shopping cart, not Facebook, a login link. You might have a sign up link or a shopping cart, whatever. But that's basically what it's called. You have your searchability up here, and then you could have a call to action next to your header. So there's different kind of header and logo layouts, and we'll go through that while when we're searching for a theme in the next video. So basically, this is an area that you can put a slogan in. So if you have a little motto that you say for your business, you can put that there. Then you have your main navigation. They call it the header nav. So this is where you want people will typically put their contact, their about us. I've seen some people have their Uber referral links up there, but that's basically the main way that users or site visitors are navigating to different areas of your website. Going further down, you have your general tabs here. We don't have to worry about the terminology that they're using. You'll see that it's called selected, tab style, unselected. But it basically allows you to be within one page, and it's tabbing different pages or different content within that page. You have your side navigation. They're calling it local navigation. WordPress allows you to put it on the left side, the right side. You don't even have to have it, which they call it a full page. And then you could set areas up for your, like if you're wanting to put Google ads on there, earn extra income. You could even create your own ads, but basically there's areas on the left, right. We're skipping over that. Well, you have the main content area, and then at the very bottom of the screen, you have your footer. So, you're going to have your copyright information. You're going to have quick link access. So let's just say you don't want to have the about us or contact us in the very top. You can put it at the very bottom, because while it's not as prominent for your users, you might still want them to see it or have access to it. So that's typically what the footer is for. Social media links will typically as well go down here. Sometimes you'll see them up here in the header. It's really all preference. And then right here, you'll see that it says jump to top. Normally you'll see like a little, it's either up, what do you call it, arrow, triangle, pointing up. They call it an anchor link. So basically, if you press it, it brings it back to the very top. So yeah, those are the key components to a website. Again, it's very important to understand the foundation of why a website is needed and how they're actually built, because going into our research for identifying what we want, this is what I suggest. Take a pen and paper, write down, identify some of your competitors, some of your mentors, look at different websites that are kind of in the same industry that you're looking at, and write down what their website, like just quickly draw out what their website looks like. Do they have a menu navigation on the left or on the right? But it's important to know what other people are doing and what's working, so you can kind of reverse engineer and think, hey, I like this, so you can find a theme that is compatible that offers the same kind of solution. So I'm going to end this video here. So again, this is the first video in the series, understanding the key components of a website. The next video will be covering basically the market research area. So once you understand what it is that you want, I'm going to walk you through the process of finding out how to find the exact theme that is suitable for you and your business. My name is Chad. I will see you in the next video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn that little notification bell on so you can get notified when other videos are out. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.